Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel with another episode in bWAPP series. Specifically, in this video we are going to continue our SQL injection. But this time we'll be dealing with SOAP. This is one of most popular protocol which can exchange a data between different systems. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. So then, let's head over to Linux VM to start. The first is to choose the module or the bug what we are going to do in this video. So would it be, yes, this one. Web services and SOAP, and we can click hack button. So here we can select a movie from a list like go, go, and then we can get tickets information about this movie, and we can change the movie to Iron Man and go. So there are 53 movie tickets. So we can guess possibly the backend logic, the query statement like this. Select tickets and from the table, movie table, and where a movie is equal to something. Okay? And since we are at the low skill level, the application doesn't use or doesn't have any filter at all. Okay, so very probably this application is vulnerable to SQL injection. Although here user cannot input, we only select a movie from the list. However, this can be easily bypassed by some sort of proxy tool, such as bWAPP. Okay, so now let me turn Foxy Proxy to bWAPP, and then we can launch bWAPP. So I said before, this bWAPP series is very good playground, which allows us to practice many web application bugs or vulnerabilities. If you only rely on textbook, you cannot understand what every vulnerability means exactly, and not to mention how to perform or how to exploit it. Okay, and we can make bWAPP window larger so then you can see what's going on exactly. At the top, we can navigate to proxy tab and enable intercept option. So then now let's go back to the browser and click the button to trigger a new request. And you can see over here bWAPP has intercepted the request for us. We can send the request to a repeater or module. Then we can manipulate request here. For example, I'd like to see whether the application is vulnerable to SQL injection. We can put a single code and send it, and we can render the response, which is easier for us to understand. We have movie tickets. So after we put single code in the end, no tickets information. So probably the application is vulnerable to SQL injection. And we can put, hello, like all 1 = 1 and dash. Maybe we can use the pound for comment, but we need to encode space because they are in URL. Okay, by pressing keys Control and U, and then the space can be encoded. We can encode. All right, so now let's send it one more time. But no movie tickets available. Interesting. Maybe I can use another way to comment. As pen tester, we need to make a choice and a choice. Okay, let's send it one more time. Yes, this time, so this means possibly pound symbol is not working. Okay, instead we need to use the double dashes followed by a space. Okay, so this means, we can know the application. One point, the first thing is the application is indeed vulnerable. Second thing, the context of such injection would be probably string-based. If you remove this single quote and send it, you see no movie tickets available. So again, this can tell us the application or injection is string-based. Okay. Also, if you want, you can use the AND operator, like AND. Okay. Send it one more time. Yeah, we got 100 movie tickets, and if you change the condition, 1 is equal 1 to 1 is equal to 2. Of course, this time the condition would be evaluated as false, and because of this logic operator AND, so the entire evaluation result would be false. Okay, send it. Yes, no movie tickets available. All right, so next we can try to use some sort of the blind injection to, of course we cannot use the ulim select, right? Normal way, because we get such information. And so how to do? And for example, I can use the like a lens. Maybe we can use, for example, like lens and the lens of a current database, okay, equal to 5. Okay, so now let me copy. And if this condition true, and we will get number of available movie tickets. Okay, so now let me copy. And we can copy and replace this one. And the next we need to do some encoding as earlier. Okay, and then this space and the last one, and we can send it. Yes, we got 100 movie tickets available. So this means indeed the database name is 5 characters in length. If you change this from 5 to 6, we will not get available movie tickets. Okay, let's send it. Yeah, no movie tickets available. So next we can try to use, I have already demonstrated this technique many times in this series. For example, we can utilize the substring function. This is another function of MySQL, and we can use this way to check the first character to see whether the first character is B or not. We can, so I think we can copy, replace this one. Okay, so if the condition, indeed, if the database name starts from the B and the condition, this condition would be true, and the entire condition would be evaluated as true. Okay, so then we can get available ticket information. Let me copy and replace. And we need to do some encoding. And then, and the last one. Okay, so now let's send it. Indeed, we have 100 movie tickets available in our stock. So this means the database name starts from B or prefix with B. If you change this to, for example, like C, we will not get 100. Okay, let's send it. No. And you can use this way to extract a database name one character at a time. For example, you change the position from 1 to 2. I mean the second character, and this should be the W, right? And this should be correct. So now let me send it. And then, yes, indeed, the second character in the database name is W. And if you change it to something else like N and send it, you see no movie tickets available in our stock. So you can, of course, you can use Python to automate this process. But anyway, I am not going to repeat such a process because I have already demonstrated this technique many times in this series. Okay, so eventually you can, extract a database structure, database information by performing blind SQL injection. Okay, it doesn't matter whether there is the SOAP between different applications. We can understand. Here you can see the type of content is, this one, XML. But it doesn't matter, right? The text, because the data is transported over URL. All right. So, and also similar to other videos, I don't think it's possible to, or it's not easy. Maybe possible is not correct term. It's not easy to perform injection for high and medium SQL levels. With that being said, that's pretty much it. And another thing, if you think this video is helpful for you, please consider making a donation with my through my Patreon. You're greatly appreciated. Thank you. So I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a good day, please.